Today we will be discussing Chapter 6, Section 3, which is found on page 155 of your book. It is titled Grassland, Desert, and Tundra Biomes. When you finish this section, you should be able to describe the difference between tropical and temperate grasslands, describe the climate in a chaparral biome, describe two desert animals and the adaptations that help them survive, and describe one threat to the tundra biome. In your science journal, I would like you to list characteristics of grasslands. Think about types of grasslands, temperature, precipitation, seasons, soil, plants, and animals. Remember earlier in the chapter, biomes are determined by the rainfall and temperature in that area. And it's those two features that determine the types of plants and animals that live in that area. In climates that have less rainfall, forest biomes are replaced by savanna, grasslands, and chaparral biomes. As precipitation decreases in an area, the diversity of the species in the area also decreases, but the number of individuals of each species present may still be very large. Savannas are plains full of grasses and scattered trees and shrubs, and are found in tropical and subtropical habitats. From the climatogram, you can see they are found mainly in regions with dry climate, such as East Africa and Western India. The graph also shows you savannas have a wet season and a dry season. Many animals are only active during the wet season. Fires help to restore nutrients to the soil during the dry season. If you compare savannas to tropical seasonal forests, you will note that the seasonal forests have larger trees and slightly wetter conditions. These conditions are why seasonal forests have less frequent fires. Because most of the rain falls during the wet season, plants must be able to survive prolonged periods without water. Some plants have large horizontal root systems to help them survive the dry season. These roots also enable the plant to grow quickly after a fire. Some of the grasses also have coarse vertical leaves that expose less surface area to help them conserve water, while some trees shed their leaves. Almost all have thorns for protection from herbivores. Grazing herbivores, like the elephant, have adopted migratory ways of life, following the rains to areas of new grass and fresh watering holes. Predators often stalk these animals for food. Many savanna animals give birth only during the rainy season, when food is abundant and the young are more likely to survive. Temperate grasslands are communities or biomes that are dominated by grasses and have few trees. Temperate grasslands have the most fertile soil of any biome. Few natural temperate grasslands remain because many have been replaced by grazing areas and farms growing crops such as corn, soybeans, and wheat. Temperate grasslands are characterized by hot summers and cold winters. Rainfall is between that of a forest and a desert. They are located on the interior of continents where there is too little rainfall for trees to grow. Temperate grasslands include the prairies of North America. Mountains often play a crucial role in maintaining grasslands because they block rain clouds from the west. However, rainfall does increase as you move towards the east, allowing taller grasses to grow. Heavy precipitation is rare in the grasslands, so the hot temperatures in the summer make the grasslands susceptible to fires. The amount of rainfall in an area determines the type of plants that will grow in that area. The picture found on page 157 of the book shows the varying root depth and grass heights of different grasses. The roots system of prairie grasses form dense layers that can survive drought and fire. This adaptation allows the plants to come back from year to year. Few trees survive on grasslands because of fires. Grazing animals such as the bison and pronghorn antelope have large, flat teeth. This adaptation allows them to chew on the coarse prairie grasses. Other grassland animals, such as prairie dogs, owls, and badgers, live in underground burrows that protect them from predators on the open grasslands. Farming and overgrazing have changed the grasslands. Grain crops cannot hold the soil in place as well as native grasses. The roots of crops are shallow, so soil erosion eventually occurs. Erosion is also caused when the grasses are being eaten and trampled by grazing animals. Constant use can change the fruitful grasslands into desert-like biomes if they are not taken care of properly. The chaparral is a type of temperate woodland biome with vegetation that includes broad-leafed evergreen shrubs. It is located in an area with hot, dry summers and mild, wet winters. Chaparrals are located in the middle latitudes, about 30 degrees north and south of the equator. Chaparrals are located primarily in coastal areas that have Mediterranean-type climates. Most chaparral plants are low-lying, evergreen shrubs and small trees that tend to grow in dense patches. These plants have small, leathery leaves that contain oils that promote burning, allowing natural fires to destroy competing trees. Chaparral plants are well adapted to fire and can re-sprout from small bits of surviving plant tissue. A common adaptation of chaparral animals is camouflage, shape or coloring that allows an animal to blend into his environment. Animals such as quail, lizards, chipmunks, and mule deer have a brownish-gray coloring that lets them move through the brush without being noticed. Worldwide, the greatest threat to chaparral is human development. Humans tend to develop lands of the chaparral for commercial and residential use because these biomes get a lot of sun, are near the oceans, and have a mild climate year-round. Deserts are regions that have little or no vegetation. They have long periods without rain and extreme temperatures. Although there are hot and cold deserts, one characteristic they both share is the fact that they are the driest places on Earth. Deserts are often located near large mountain ranges because mountains can block the passage of moisture-filled clouds, limiting precipitation. All desert plants have adaptations for obtaining and conserving water, which allows the plants to live in dry desert conditions. Plants called succulents, such as cactuses, have thick, fleshy stems and leaves that conserve water. Their leaves also have a waxy coating to prevent water loss, while sharp spines on the plant keep animals away. Many plant roots spread out just under the surface to absorb as much rain as possible. Some desert plants are adapted to survive for long periods of time without water. When conditions are too dry, these plants die and drop their seeds that stay dormant until the next rainfall. Then new plants quickly germinate, grow, and bloom before the soil becomes dry again. Animals of the desert have adapted many different ways to prevent water loss. Reptiles have thick, scaly skin that prevent water loss. Amphibians survive by estavating, or burying themselves in the ground and sleeping through the dry season. Insects are covered with body armor that helps them retain water. In addition, most desert animals are nocturnal, meaning they are active mainly at night or at dusk when it is cooler. The tundra is a treeless plain. The vegetation consists of grasses, lichens, and perennial herbs. The tundra is located in the Arctic or Antarctic and is characterized by very low winter temperatures and short, cool summers. Because summers are short in the tundra, only the top few centimeters of soil thaw. Permafrost is the permanently frozen layer of soil or subsoil and is found in only tundra regions. Mosses and lichens grow without soil, so they cover vast areas of rocks in the tundra. The soil is thin, so plants have wide, shallow roots to help anchor them against the icy winds. Most flowering plants are short, which keeps them out of the wind and helps them absorb heat from the sunlit soil. Woody plants and perennials have evolved dwarf forms that grow flat along the ground. Millions of migratory birds fly to the tundra to breed in the summer when food is abundant. Caribou migrate throughout the tundra in search of food and water. Hunters such as wolves prey on migratory caribou, deer, and moose. Rodents stay active but burrow underground to avoid the cold. Other year-round residents, such as Arctic foxes, lose their brown summer coat for white fur that camouflages them in the snow. The tundra is one of the most fragile biomes on the planet. The food chains are relatively simple, so they are easily disrupted. Until recently, these areas have been undisturbed by humans, but oil was located in parts of the tundra, and oil exploration, extraction, and transport has disrupted many tundra habitats. Pollution caused by spills or leaks of oil and other toxic materials may also poison the food and water sources of organisms of the tundra.